The UK has been warned not to underestimate US presidential nominee Joe Biden and his Irish heritage, as trade negotiators were told any future deal between the nations would not thwart the EU country. Mr. Biden sparked fears within the UK after he told the UK that Irish peace cannot become a casualty of Brexit amid concerns that the new internal market bill could affect relations on the island of Ireland. He said that any US-UK trade deal must respect the Good Friday Agreement, ensuring that there is no renewed hard border between Northern and the Republic of Ireland. The 77-year-old, who is aiming to become president in the November election, referred to amendments Prime Minister Boris Johnson suggested within the Brexit withdrawal agreement, which critics claim could cause issues along the Northern Irish border. A man who is proud of his Irish heritage, Mr. Biden has previously spoken of his disappointment that the UK voted to leave the EU in its historic referendum 4 years ago. Part of the reason behind the result was the UK wanted to strike its own trade deals with nations such as the US, and plans to negotiate a pact with Washington are currently in the pipeline. But in a warning shot to Mr. Johnson and his government, American author Bonnie Greer said that the U.S. would be unlikely to support a trade deal if a Brexit deal was passed that violated the Good Friday Agreement, or weakened Ireland. She said, "The Good Friday Agreement, in spite of its rather benign name, is a truce. And it's a truce because the United States of America and the EU sat down with this country to make it happen. We have to be much more serious about this." Speaking on BBC Question Time last year, she added, "The United States is Irish. If anyone thinks that they're going to get a deal through and have a trade relationship with the United States that shafts Ireland, you've got another thing coming." From the 1820s it was predicted around 4.5 million Irish people arrived in America over the next 40 years, which helped create a solid bond between the two nations over the past decades. By the 1840s, experts say, the Irish made up around half of all immigrants in the U.S. And Mr. Biden, whose great-grandfather was born to Irish immigrants, once reflected on what his ancestry meant to him during a speech in the nation in 2016. He said, "It is my first dedicated trip to this nation as vice president, during which I'll meet with the country's leaders, discuss issues of trade, economic recovery, migration and refugee policy, and other national security challenges, and celebrate our shared heritage. Our shared values of tolerance, diversity, inclusiveness,